This is the 29th year of interleague play. It's only the third year in which the Mets and Yankees have both arrived at a Subway Series in first place. But something's different here tonight. It is more charged up in this building than I've heard it in years, and that has everything to do with Juan Soto's return to the Bronx. It's almost as though this is the night when Juan Soto changing teams within New York becomes real.
And Carlos Rodon on the mound for the Yankees. This will be his 10th start. Soto comes out on deck, and he'll watch Lindor battle Rodon. Grounded to third, Peraza. One away.
Well, this entire place is standing and booing.
A standing ovation for a boo session. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I have heard opposing players booed before. I have never heard anything like this.
Soto lifts his helmet in the crowd.
I love it. Juan Soto just saluted the people who were booing him.
It is everything we expected, and everything, frankly, that Juan Soto expected and hoped for. So if there's a little anxiety on Soto's part, with all these boos raining down on him, he is showing none of that at the plate. And he takes the walk, and the Mets have a one-out base run.
And that brings up Pete Alonso off to a wonderful start, although he started to slow down a bit of late.
Soto taking a pretty healthy lead at first base. He jumps, he goes, Rodon throws to first, and Goldschmidt can't handle it, and Soto has a stolen base. He got the walking lead, and rather than turning and throw to second, Rodon threw to first, and Soto steals the bag easily.
Pitch to Alonso, swing and a line drive left field. Oh, a dive by the third baseman Peraza. Ball was behind him when he made that diving catch to his left.
He's a wonderful infielder. That was an amazing, amazing play. He dove in the middle of the air and he caught that.
The 0-2 here to Vientos. The pitch from Rodon, swung on and hit to the right side off the end of the bat ball. Goldschmidt will take it. 4 steps to the back, touches up, and that'll do it for the Mets.
You heard the reception for Juan Soto when he came up to bat. That's going to be interesting to see. You can see right now he's going to see a lot of backs out there from the bleacher creatures. What the reception will be out in right field, but they are already protesting Juan Soto before he goes out to right. He's joining out to a spot that was such a place of love and glory for him last year, and it's going to be a completely different vibe right now.
Greeting all his old friends out of the right field bleachers.
Well, he is certainly acting as if it's not bothering him, and he's kind of milking it just a bit.
And now Tyler McGill makes his 9th start of the year.
Grisham having a remarkable start to his season. Last year played 76 games, hit 9 home runs. He already has 12 this year. And he takes a walk in front of Judge. That is not what McGill wanted to do to start his night. And Judge goes down swinging on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And McGill's got his first out.
He threw this ball right by him.
Yeah, he sure did. That train left the station.
Here's Bellinger with a 10-game hitting streak. Line into right center field, and it's going to be a base hit. Taylor makes the play. Moving to second is Grisham. So Bellinger extends his hitting streak to 11 straight.
So 2 on and 1 out. And now the resurgent Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt launches one out to left. Nimmo moves back. He's got plenty of room out there and makes the catch for the second out.
So Grisham holds in second. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jason Dominguez.
3-2, runners go. Curveball in there for a call, strike 3. McGill dropped a curve on 3 and 2 to get out of first inning trouble.
Gilbert Vivas is going to lead things off for the Yankees in this scoreless game, bottom of the third.
Line drive. It is going to be a base hit in front of Soto. Vivas with a leadoff single here in the third.
And now back to the top of the order for Trent Grisham. Swinging a bouncy ball right side. Alonso swipes with the backhand, throws to first, and McGill gets there for the out. Meanwhile, Vivas in scoring position now, moving up to second base.
Runner at second. That brings up Judge. He struck out in the first inning, and he walked him.
And he never saw a fastball in the at-bat. So a bit of a pitch around there for McGill. So now Bellinger, who singled to center field his first time up.
Dribbled, third base side. Coming in is Vientos. Gathers, throws. Not in time. Bases loaded.
Yeah, cue ball and a beauty right here. It really sets up the Yankees for a big inning right here. Cody Bellinger runs pretty well.
Goldschmidt were to get a gapper or hit something out, this place is really going to get loud. Bases loaded, 1 out. First true test in this ball game.
Broken bat up the middle and grabbed there by Lindor. He has one play, can't make it at first. The ball goes upstairs and gets away from Alonso. A second run will score, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Well, Lindor had no chance to get Goldschmidt as slowly as that ball was hit.
That should be an error on the throw.
It'll drive in 1 run. The error brings in the second run. And Dominguez takes the walk, and the bases are once again loaded.
Terrific opportunity here for the Yankees, and Anthony Volpe with the bases loaded, 1 out, a 2-0 Yankee lead. Fly ball, not particularly deep. Soto towards the line. Tagging is Bellinger. Bellinger trying to score. Here's the throw, a couple of hops, slides in safely. Volpe gets the job done. Goldschmidt advanced second to third. Scoring on the play is Bellinger. The Yankees have a 3-0 lead.
Juan Soto threw a 2-hopper to the plate, and it just took up too much time. Make that 3 hops.
Yeah, that's not good. And there's ball 4, and the bases are reloaded.
It's the 3rd walk of the inning and the 4th of the night for McGill.
Peraza is now the 9th man to the plate.
Ball 4, that's going to force in a run. Goldschmidt jogs down the line, touches the plate, 4-0 Yankees, and that walk knocks McGill out of the game.
The 4th run of the inning on the 4th walk of the inning from McGill.
There's Vivas, got things started with a base hit.
The right-hander Max Kranick is in.
Pitch. Lefty swings and pops it up over the mound out towards short. Here comes Lindor down from short. Makes the 2-hand catch to end the inning.
Juan Soto leading off the 4th inning.
He seems to be having a really good time. 8th pitch of the at-bat from Rodon. And that's too high, ball 4, and Soto walks for a 2nd time.
Pitch to Vientos is lined toward the middle of the infield and through for a base hit. So Vientos has a hit. Mets have 1st and 2nd and 1 out. It's the first hit for the Mets tonight, and it'll bring up Brandon Nimmo.
Has a 7-game hitting streak.
3-2. Line the other way, past the glove of Peraza down the left field line. Soto around third, heads for the plate. The throw to the plate by Bellinger, not in time. Soto slides home with the first Met run of the night. Nimmo goes the other way for an RBI single. It's now 4-1 Yankees. Back-to-back hits from Vientos and Nimmo, the first 2 hits of the night against Rodon. And now Starling Marte, who struck out on 3 pitches his first time up.
Hit sharply and grabbed there by Volpe. There's one on the first. Not in time. And there's a walk.
So after the Yankees loaded the bases twice in the bottom of the 3rd and scored 4, the Mets have loaded the bases with 2 out in the 4th. And here is Acuna.
The pitch. Swung on and hit the right field. Judge backing up. Plenty of room. Makes the 2-hand catch. Inning over. Mets get 1, leave 3.
There's Judge, who walked and scored in that 4-run 3rd inning.
Next pitch. Swung on. Line drive. Base hit. Left field. Boy, that ball was hit hard.
There's a lot of home runs between them over at first base.
So a 1-out base runner for the Yankees. Up 4-1. Here's Bellinger.
That one is lying down the right field line. It is a base hit. Judge rounds third. Will stop right there. Another base hit for Bellinger. He's 3 for 3. This one's a double. And the Yankees have 2nd and 3rd with 1 man out. And that's bringing the infield in for Goldschmidt. Grounded and through for a base hit. Judge scores. Bellinger advances to 3rd. It's an RBI single for Goldschmidt. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
The more you watch Goldschmidt hit, the more you're impressed because his bat speed is still there.
2 ribbies in the game for Goldschmidt. 1st and 3rd. Infield backs up. Playing for the double play. Here's Dominguez. Chopped to 2nd. They get 1. On to 1st. In time. Bellinger scores. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Dominguez. And the Yankees are now up 6-1.
Tyrone Taylor leads off. The pitch on his fist popped up. Could be trouble. Going down the right field line. Paulie. Oh my goodness, what a play over the shoulder by Paul Goldschmidt.
He took a base hit away from Taylor, showing great range and staying in bounds for the 1st down.
Look at Aaron Judge's reaction here. You think he doesn't know how hard a play that is?
And there are 2 men away. And here comes Soto.
Soto's been up twice, walked both times. And that was up and in.
And Soto is shaking his head with a smile as he looks out towards Rodon. The 0-1. Up and in. Now that one bends him back a little bit more. That was a fastball that Soto had to be very alert and aggressive to back away from. He's not smiling at Rodon now. Now the payoff pitch. And it's a little bit low, ball 4. He threw him a sinker, and Soto has walked for the 3rd time.
So he's aboard with 2 out for Alonso.
Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider.
Boy, did he need that. Carlos Rodon finishes with a flourish.
6 rehab games for Loizaga, 1.23 ERA. First appearance since April 3rd of 2024.
Brendan Nimmo, RBI single to left, back in the 4th.
Pulled down to first, past Goldschmidt and down the line. It hits off the jutting stands, but Nimmo should be able to get 2 out of this. And Nimmo slides in safely with his 9th double of the year.
See if Loizaga can get him right here. It's 3-1. Swung on and sent deep to left center field. Going over to get it is Grisham. Boy, Bellinger was right there, but he yielded to Grisham, who made that catch just below the belt. Nice inning by Loizaga.
Well, the new pitcher, Mark Leiter Jr.
And here's Tyrone Taylor. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's lined down the left field line toward the corner. It is fair ball and hops up against the fence. Tyrone Taylor pulls into 2nd with a double. And there's 2 down, and it'll bring up Juan Soto.
Chorus of boos greeting Soto again in his return to Yankee Stadium. Grounded to Volpe. He'll get Soto, and that'll do it in the 7th. Soto has struggled this year with runners in scoring position, now 5 for 36. New Yankee pitcher is Devin Williams, and he'll face Alonso. The last time they faced was Devin Williams gave up that home run to Pete Alonso in the playoff series that kept the Mets alive, and they eventually went to the National League Championship Series. That was the last big pitch that Devin Williams threw for the Milwaukee Brewers. Fastball. He was sitting changeup. He took a fastball right over the plate. Here's Mark Vientos.
Comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's that change. That was a beauty. Boy, he's getting a little groove going here.
He is indeed and has been.
Brandon Nimmo's got 2 hits tonight.
Swing and a miss. That's an impressive 8th inning.
Strikes out the side in the 8th. Standing ovation for Devin Williams as he walks off. 3-2 to Grisham way upstairs. Ball 4 gives Aaron Judge another chance to swing the bat.
There's a base hit for Judge. Past the diving Lindor, his 2nd hit of the night.
Here's Bellinger. Talk about having a night.
1-0 to Bellinger, hit high in the air to right field and deep. Soto back onto the track in front of the wall, makes the one-hand catch. And now Soto flings the ball playfully into the crowd, and that retires the side.
Gary De Los Santos is in for the Yankees, top of the 9th, with the Yankees up 6-1.
And Alvarez draws a walk.
And the Yankees are down to just 1 out away. And Jeff McNeil is going to pinch hit for Tyrone Taylor.
But McNeil draws a walk, and the game continues. 13 walks now in this game.
2 on, 2 out in the 9th, and here's Lindor.
Slap the other way. That's going to be a base hit for Lindor. Alvarez comes around third. He'll score. McNeil will go to third. And Lindor in standing at second base with an opposite field double. Now it's 6-2 Yankees. And the Mets need 1 more base runner to get the tying run to back. And here comes Aaron Boone, and he's going to bring in his closer, Luke Weaver.
Well, of course, the baseball gods write the games like this. I mean, of course it had to be Soto coming up to the plate with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
You know, you bought a ticket tonight. This is kind of the situation you were looking forward to see Juan Soto in a big at bat.
The 0-1. This should do it. Fly ball center field. Grisham coming on, and that will do it. And the Yankees win this one 6-2.
Oh, but look, there's some Yankee fans who want his autograph. Wait a second. This is not computing. Soto and the Mets play the Yankees coming up. Both teams in first place in their respective divisions as the Mets look to get even in this series, throwing every available left-handed bat in there against Schmidt.
Yeah, the Yankees really need him to be right in the middle of that rotation. I mean, obviously, you know, Max Fried's good. You got Carlos Rodon that's pitching well, and you need Clark Schmidt to take the next step.
Popped up. Playable left side. Third baseman Rivas backs up into fair territory, makes the catch. 1 down.
Let's get bring up Soto. And once again, this will be the soundtrack of his life here in the Bronx for the next 15 years as he gets booed lustily as he comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball right by him. And the crowd loves in joy. Pete started off hot. Last 9 games, 5 hits and 36 at-bats. That's 139. Ground ball Volpe. Bobbles, regains, fires, got him.
Nicely done by Clark Schmidt. Nothing across for the Mets.
Now it's Griffin Canning facing left-hand hitting Ben Rice, the Yankees' designated hitter.
Ben Rice, the Dartmouth product, swings at the first pitch he sees and flies one out to center field. Tyrone Taylor should have enough room, and he puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out for Canning. Judge starts the night with a .500 on-base percentage and a .775 slugging percentage, which is nearly 200 points better than the next best in the American League, Alex Bregman. And he throws another fastball, and Judge flies it out to right. So 3 straight fastballs, and Canning gets Judge to fly out for the 2nd out. How about that? Judge started the day with an OPS against fastballs of .1569.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a changeup, and that retires the side. Vientos has hit in 6 straight, batting .245 with 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in.
Swing and a miss. Way far from a knuckle curve. As Vientos didn't come close.
It's tightly wound. It's got 3,200 RPMs on it, which means revolutions per minute. That is as good or at or near the top in terms of shape and spin of anybody's knuckle curve in the game.
Swing on, hit to the right side, right to LeMahieu. Room service for him as well. Easy play, no stress on Schmidt. A 1-2-3 second. He's 6 up, 6 down with a couple of Ks.
Here's the 2-0 to Volpe. Swinging a slow hit chopper towards third, hustling after it. Beatty, bare hands, throws. He got him. Beautiful play by Brett Beatty. Aggressive, barehanded, strong throw. Inning over.
There's Brett Beatty. He's at third today, left-hand hitter. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Top of the zone again. Schmidt with his third strikeout. 2 down here in the third. His pitch swung on and hit to the right side. DJ LeMahieu with the soft liner makes the catch coming to his left. And Clark Schmidt, first trip through the order, 9 up and 9 down.
You know, DJ's return from that long IL stint came at the perfect time, especially with the unfortunate injury to Oswaldo Cabrera. DJ LeMahieu, there's spots for him now to play. He's going to get time. Fly ball right field, going back Soto. Turning, looking, see ya! Into the short porch. 1-0 Yankees on the DJ home run.
Well, you said a welcome for DJ LeMahieu to get back in the lineup. Well, that's a welcome sight, too. And I tell you what, DJ LeMahieu does not show a lot of emotion. Going around first base, he showed emotion on the first home run of the year. I mean, what a thing to get back.
Perseverance rewarded right there.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Canning's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Griffin Canning strikes out Judge with a slider. Middle game of this 3-game series. Mets trying to even things up. Here's a 3-0. That's outside. A 4-pitch walk snaps what was a perfect start for Clark Schmidt. And so the Mets all of a sudden have the tying run on. And here's Juan Soto, greeted by these lovable Yankee fans.
And Soto lines a base hit into right field. So Juan Soto has his first hit back in his old haunts, and the Mets have the first 2 men on in the 4th. So here's Alonso, first and second, nobody out. Mets last night were 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Pete's been the best for the Mets this year.
And Alonso rips one into left field for a base hit. Lindor turns third. He'll come home with the tying run. Pete Alonso drives in his 37th run of the year, and the Mets have gotten even 1-1.
A leadoff walk seems to always hurt a pitcher.
Well, now the Mets trying to build themselves a big inning. And here's Brandon Nimmo, grinds it out to third base his first time up. 1-2. On the inside corner, got him looking. So Nimmo is rung up for the 4th strikeout of the day for Schmidt, the first out of the inning. There's Mark Vientos, who struck out his first time up. Soto at second, Alonso at first with 1 out.
And there goes Soto stealing third and no throw. Second stolen base of the series for Juan Soto and his 5th of the year.
Well, I think Yankee Stadium playing here has a lot to do with it. You just cannot pay attention, not pay attention to runners.
First and third, 1 out, the 1-0.
Hit in the air to deep left field. Over toward the corner goes Dominguez, right near the wall, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third, Soto. He'll come in to score. Alonso tagged at first. He'll take second. The Mets go in front 2-1 on the Mark Vientos sacrifice fly.
Stolen base by Soto gives the Mets a run.
He's walked another one, and the Mets have the bases loaded. Terren's on, McNeil to second, and Alonso to third. Nobody up in that Yankee bullpen yet. Bases loaded, top of the 4th, 2-1 Mets. Pitch to Beatty.
But he drives one out to right field. Judge gets turned around, but finds it and makes the catch on the warning track.
Sigh of relief from Yankee fans. Wow.
Less boos, more of a buzz. I think the Met fans here are kind of evening it out.
And he walked him. So Soto's on base for the 5th time in this series. 4th walk given up by Schmidt in 4 2/3 innings.
Line to left field, coming on Dominguez. He makes the play, and that will do it.
2-1 to LeMahieu in this 2-1 Met lead. Bottom 5, the pitch. Swung on, line drive up the middle. Almost hit the second base umpire, Nestor Ceja. Shutting it down at second is Escara, as Escara gives a big applause to DJ. DJ 2 for 2 today. Welcome back. One opportunity here for Vivas.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Vivas down on strikes.
And Canning has his 4th strikeout. Rice had a base hit up the middle his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. Flies one out to left, and Nimmo steadies and makes the grab. 2 out. And now before Canning faces Aaron Judge, Jeremy Hefner is going to go out and have a conversation. Judge grounds one softly to third. Beatty comes in and snags it. Side retired.
Good pitch by Canning as he jammed Aaron Judge, gets him to roll out, and that leaves 2 aboard.
Cody Bellinger leads off against Griffin Canning, who's been outstanding. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Bellinger strikeout and a fly to right today.
High fly ball, right center field. Taylor back, turning, looking, see ya! Off the back wall of the bullpen. A 12-game hitting streak for Bellinger. A 2-2 game in the Bronx. 6 home runs, 22 ribbies for Bellinger.
That was a bomb.
Anthony Volpe on at first with a well-struck single under a diving Alonso. That's going to be it for Griffin Canning as the Yankees, who have tied the game 2-2 here in the bottom of the sixth, now have runners at the corners. One man out. J.C. Escara due up.
And he hits a ground ball on the right side. Alonso's going to come home with it for the tag. Out. Dominguez tagged out by Torrens. Alonso did not hesitate, and the 3-2 fielder's choice nets the second out. Volpe now at second, Escara at first, and here's DJ LeMahieu, who's had a big impact today. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Beatty's got it. Goes to short way for the force play, and that retires the side.
Go ahead man is at first for the Mets. 2-2 game in the 7th inning on a beautiful Saturday.
And Taylor slugs one out to left center. Deep in the gap goes Dominguez. Can't get it. It's one hop up against the wall. Beatty to third. He's being waved home by Mike Sarbaugh. The relay by Volpe to the plate. He is out.
In time! They get Beatty trying to score. A perfect relay by the Yankees.
Well, I tell you, the relay happened when Cody Bellinger went in front and got an unbelievable carom off the wall and then got it into Volpe. I'm sure there's going to be a replay, but we can watch it here and see if he got him before. I don't think you can change that, huh?
Yeah, they're going to try to take a look at it. But
you got to have unbelievable accuracy. Everything went right on this play.
The call is confirmed. Runners out.
Great rotation by the umpires and a really strong call by the first base umpire, Adam Hamari. There's Lindor, runner at second. The pitch. Ground ball. Backhanded line by LeMahieu to first. Got him! Got him! What a play on both ends. As the Yankees get out of the top of the 7th inning.
DJ from yesteryear, a little throwback to the old Glover. When you're on the mound, they make defense plays behind you like that. Yeah, you're going to shout.
Mets 2, Yankees 2 in the 7th. Bases are clear. Judge 0 for 3 today.
This late in a tie game, don't let Judge beat you here.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a cutter away.
What a job by Brazoban. Faces 5 batters and caps it off with a strikeout of Judge to keep it tied.
Well, back in position, good to go. Here's Alonso, and the first pitch by Hill. Line towards left center, might be in for a hit, and it is. It's going to go to the wall. Pete's on his way to second. Bellinger up with the ball. He'll play it in, and Alonso stands at second with a one-out double. And he gets there ahead of Nimmo to touch up for the second out. Going to third is Alonso, and it looks like Aaron Boone is going to make the move here.
And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the splitter. So Boone presses the right button.
Mets are turned away in the 8th.
And so the Yankees now with runners at second and third, 2 out in this 2-2 game. None of these 3 pitches terribly competitive, and so that would indicate that there's no way Escara should get a cookie here on 3-0. Of course, LeMahieu, a tough customer on deck. Down and in, ball 4. Well, it looked like they were content to pitch around him, but you do that. Also foreshadows the looming hitter. And that's a tough cookie in DJ LeMahieu.
And a first pitch line drive to right, and Soto's there to grab it, side retired.
And the Yankees leave him loaded in the 8th. No runs ahead, 3 men left. I think it hit Taylor in the elbow and then clipped the catcher, Escara. Yep, Taylor's been hit by the pitch, and that loads the bases with 1 out. Aaron Boone was in absolute disbelief. It was not a swinging strike. So here is Lindor, just trying to at least get that go-ahead run home. Good speed all around. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow left field. Dominguez with Bellinger. Bellinger makes the catch. Acuna tags coming down the line. Bellinger's throw not in time. Head first slide. Acuna comes across the plate on a pretty shallow sacrifice fly.
Cody Bellinger got flat-footed. Dominguez not out of the way. Cody Bellinger probably talked to him about it to completely get out of the way.
So it's Wells, Rice, and Judge up against Diaz. Quite a test for Edwin.
Well, 9 for 9 for saves. Double figures. Why not?
And a foul tip held by Alvarez. Strike 3. 1 man down.
Back foot slider. Got him fishing.
1 out and nobody on now. Ben Rice. Little looper behind third, and Beatty's there to grab it. 2 down. So the Yankees are down to their final out. And of course, it's Aaron Judge coming to the plate in a 1-run game.
What a game. What a game this has been. Yes, it's been fabulous.
47,000 plus all standing. Met fans, Yankee fans alike. 3-2 coming. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. 99
99-mile-an-hour gas upstairs, and Edwin Diaz notches the save, and the Mets even up the series with a 3-2 thriller. Edwin Diaz now 10 out of 10 in save opportunities, got Judge to climb the ladder to finish off this 3-2 Mets victory.
It's one of those that you circle on the calendar. It is Sunday night in the Bronx. It is the Subway Series. And the back pages on Monday will be decided in the next 3 hours right here on ESPN. And tonight, 9 to 9, we'll get a good view of what Max Fried is doing on the mound. And all he's done so far is put up an historical start for a Yankee starter in his first 9 games with an ERA of 1.11. I mean, you've been a Yankee starter. There have been some great ones. What he's doing is amazing. Pretty good battle by the leadoff hitter, as this will be pitch number 6. Reaches out. Grisham is cruising in. Will camp under it, and he's there as Soto gets set to come to the plate.
I'm not sure the decibel level is any different tonight than it was yesterday or Friday night, and it'll continue through however many plate appearances he gets. It's a standing boo. They're on their feet.
Boos continue to cascade down on Soto. And Soto pops one up towards Judge and the second baseman LeMahieu. He will yield to 99. Soto retired by Fried. Soto knew when the series started it's going to be 50,000 against 1, and it continues to be that way. Now Pete Alonso. He sends this one sky high to left. He drops the bat and he watches it go into the glove of Cody Bellinger. He just missed it, and he seems to be a bit in shock that it didn't carry out. Back now live, Juan Soto starts to run out towards right field. He will say hello to his second base umpire and be roundly booed once he gets there. And you can watch the fans in the back start to stand up and demonstrate their disdain for number 22.
David Peterson on the mound for the Mets, making his 9th start of the year. 2-2 with a 3.05 earned run average.
And there is one of those ground balls charged by Vientos. Gets a good hop and then he dropped it. He got a great hop, and in the transfer it fell out of his hand, and Goldschmidt will be on at first.
One man away, and here is the antithesis of the Soto reception. This is for Aaron Judge.
Not a standing boo session. This is more of a standing ovation.
Goldschmidt reaches on an error. Peterson ready to deal to Judge. He drives one to right. Soto going over. He's not going to be able to get there. And one hops into the stands. And a ground rule double for Aaron Judge. Second and third. And how quickly an 0 for 5 on Saturday is forgotten about. Chance for Bellinger. He's got Goldschmidt at third, Judge at first. And Peterson in some trouble here. On the ground, off the glove of Alonso. That's going to bring in Goldschmidt. Judge will come in. He'll score easily. Bellinger to second. And the Mets, their defense in the top of the first has hurt them. That'll be a double credited to Bellinger. 2-0 Yankees. Well, Max Fried has now a 2-0 lead, and 2 earned or fewer has been the resume for Max Fried in all his starts this year. Vientos swings at the first one. The athletic Fried goes, steps, fires a little high. It's a good job by Goldschmidt to just knock it down. Otherwise, that was going to be an error and to second base.
So a relatively rare walk allowed by Max Fried. Puts runners at first and second. Nobody out, and brings Starling Marte up.
Big pitch 2-2. He gets called out on strikes. Fried 81 mile an hour on the outside corner to pick up strikeout 1.
0-2. Half swing. Did he go? Yes, he did on appeal. Strike 3. And from 2 on, nobody out to 2 on, 2 out, and 2 consecutive strikeouts for Max Fried.
And the 8th hitter is Jeff McNeil. Swings at the first one over the head of Volpe into center field. They will wave the runner. Here comes Vientos, way offline. He's in. RBI for Jeff McNeil to put the Mets on the board. Back to the top of the order in a 2-1 game. Lindor flew out to center his first time up. And Lindor, this one to Judge in right. He lays out and makes the play.
You hear that?
Oh, Soto must be up.
You know who is up thanks to the booze? It's Juan Soto. 3-2. Off speed, frozen solid. That pitch there against Soto, he had no idea. Strikeout number 3 for Fried.
He patterned this after the great Sandy Koufax, and it locks up. a generational talent.
Came in as a fourth outfielder in spring training.
Called strike 3, and boy, that one looked off. But Amari expands, and Grisham is gone.
Peterson stares at the runner, deals home, and the pitch cut on and miss. Got him with a high fastball, side retired. So it's taken 56 pitches. David Peterson is through 3.
Both these teams built for the postseason and long, deep runs. Boy, how about that? Max Fried, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That one's going to get down for a hit. Now Marte sees it go to the corner. Judge fields it, comes back in with it. Stand-up double, starting Marte. Looking for a little 2-out magic with Marte out there. Decent speed. Alvarez foul tips it into the mid-96. A crowd that embraced him so well last season.
How could it not?
Right,
He's a human being.
Exactly.
And you can see him looking around. That was the section that just adored him last year.
Yeah. Here comes one to him. He's going to have to charge, and he is there to make the running catch.
You know, love hurts. The fan base, especially the bleacher creatures, absolutely fell in love with him last year.
1-2 to LeMahieu. And he's gone. Peterson goes inside. Looked like it was off, but Amari has expanded tonight.
Brings up Austin Wells. 2 out, nobody out.
That ball is driven right center. Soto back, still going. Oh, he reaches up and makes the catch. Juan Soto, right center field gap, has got the Met fans in attendance on their feet.
So with 2 out, here is Soto. The Mets need him to come through in these spots. Tying run at third, 2 out on the 5th, 2-1 Yankees. In the dirt, scoots away from Wells. Here comes McNeil, and he slides home safely as Wells just throws up a prayer towards the plate that is far beyond the reach of Fried. Wild pitch. Mets tie it 2-2. So the base is empty now. 3-2 the count to Soto.
He is gone as he strikes out, and he and Fried exchange glances. But the New York Mets come back to tie it on one that got away from Austin Wells. Jonathan Loaisiga now warming in that Yankee pen as Alonso swings. That one is held on to. Max Fried's magical night continues. Now 8 strikeouts. Second of Alonso.
There's the 0-2 to Wells. Swinging a hard hit ground to the second, right at Acuna. Looks it into his glove, throws to first in time. Side retired. Peterson gets through the 6th in order.
This, and we get Rhett Beatty pinch hitting, and he'll get Jonathan Loaisiga now in the game for the Yankees. Ahead of Beatty, 0-2, swing and a miss. 91, you saw 97 and then 91. My goodness, back to back. Alvarez has struck out 3 times tonight.
And now a walk and an E5 with the bottom of the order, and Lindor due up, 2 out in a tie game.
Lindor hits this one to right. Judge in back. He's there. A little basket catch. He did go with a changeup, and Lindor hooked it to Judge. So one superstar unable to deliver.
3-0. Low ball 4.
All right.
So a 4-pitch walk to the captain. 2 on, 2 out for Cody Bellinger, who's had a perfect night.
Well, Cody Bellinger's turn now as he bats with Grisham at second and Judge at first. Bellinger off of the foot of Brazoban. He's still got a chance. He will lose the race. Grisham stays at third as Brazoban takes out Alonso. Oof, bases are loaded, and lucky nobody is hurt on that play.
So the second time Anthony Volpe has had the bases loaded and 2 out tonight.
You got to make him throw 3 strikes in a row.
So from 3-0 to 3-2, you're going to have Grisham running off third, Judge running off second, and Bellinger off first.
3-2 again with him loaded. He got him! Brazoban back from 3-0, strikes out Volpe and leaves him loaded. And now Devin Williams on for Juan Soto. Well, everything about it in slow motion. LeMahieu from his knees there to make the play. And there's one down. 2-2. Wells back behind the dish. Swing and a miss. Another foul tip into the mitt. Viento strikes out. Another good outing back-to-back now for Devin Williams.
Austin Wells, lefty hitter. Wells 0 for 3. Line drive to right back in the 4th inning. Also a grounder and a strikeout.
Wells hooks one. That's going to get down. Soto's going to give chase. Dominguez hits second. Soto fires it back into second. No one is there, and it's picked up finally by Lindor.
Second and third, one away, tie game, rubber game. Yankees and Mets, bottom of the 8th. So now Yorby Vivas in a big spot took over defensively in the top half.
On the ground, Alonso. What did he do? He threw it away. It wasn't close, and the Yankees have a lead as Alonso air-mailed it to home. Dominguez's speed went on contact. Alonso fielded it cleanly, but no chance. And the Yankees have a 3-2 lead, and you know that the polar bear is beating himself up a little bit right now. Goldschmidt's got a chance to really change it. Goldschmidt back up the middle. That's an RBI. Paul Goldschmidt continues a phenomenal season. And now the Yankees have a 4-2 lead. RBI single for Goldschmidt. Full count, and much of this crowd of 48,000 has obviously stayed. And they're hoping to see Aaron Judge come to the plate one more time. All four. And they will as Grisham walks to load him up for Judge.
How do you like this? Bases loaded for the captain. 2 already in, the Yankees a 4-2 lead.
Yep. Yeah, he looked like he went. They get Judge, and they will strike out Judge. Well, you didn't envy Cabrera in that situation, but he got away with the hanger, and then he got Judge to commit.
Cabrera, after walking Grisham, the left-hand hitter, strikes out Aaron Judge for the second out.
They stay loaded for Bellinger with 2 down. Swings and sends one to right. That sends Soto back. He is on the track. He reaches. It's a grand slam. The contributions tonight of Fried, Goldschmidt, and Bellinger, difference makers. Touch of all time for Cody. That's his 7th, and he now has 26 RBIs. It's 8-2 Yankees.
2 up, 2 down for Tim Hill, and the Yankees are 1 out away.
On the ground, Volpe across the diamond. The Yankees will take 2 of 3 in this Subway Series. Behind a grand slam from Bellinger, they beat the Mets 8-2.